Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the best horror games on Roblox. Horror games have been adored since their creation. Many people enjoy the feeling of terror when you're being chased down a corridor by a mysterious being, or just have 10 seconds to figure a puzzle out before the water rises. Roblox has seen its fair share of horror games, so let's take a look. At number 5, it's a game called Stop It Slender. Stop It Slender is a survival horror game created by Kinis97. It's based on the popular game Slender: The 8 Pages, and it's been on the front page multiple times due to the popularity of the game it was based on. The game starts when a map with the most votes is chosen. Then a random player is chosen to be Slender. Other players will be selected to play as citizens, the role for players that need to find 8 pages. When a player has entered the round at the start of the game, they are unable to move as instructions are shown up on the screen. After approximately 15 seconds, the message is removed and the player can move. The hunt begins. Citizens must activate 3 generators in order to unlock certain areas. This is required to obtain all of the pages. If Slender is close, it is lethal to look at him and you will start losing health. The rate at which you lose health depends on how many pages have been collected so far. Even if you are looking at the back of Slender, you will still take damage. Once the citizens find all 8 pages, Slender loses. At number 4, it's a game called The Rake. The Rake is a first-person horror game with extravagant gameplay. Developed by RVVZ, it is a reintroduction of the original Rake game, which was discontinued in 2016. It is a more classical and beta version of the original, and yet bugs and glitches are still present. Each player must survive from night to day. Players are automatically equipped with a handy flashlight and can hold shift to sprint for a period of time. Becoming damaged triggers your health bar. After a few seconds, it will restore some of your health. The lower a player's health is, the slower they move. If a player's health is under a third, the screen will start shaking and the player will start limping, making them unable to sprint. If the player's health is extremely low, they will fall down and be unable to move at all. Towers and houses can be located around the map along with a light that will deplenish energy if opened for too long. Once you have been killed, you are disqualified for survival and will respawn in the map freely. And at number 3, we have a game called Roses. Roses is a horror adventure game created by Clockwork Entertainment. It costs 25 Robux to play. The story takes place in an asylum after the player's friend Max gets lost during a film contest. There are currently 3 chapters and the 4th is in development. At number 2, it's a game called Before the Dawn. Before the Dawn is a multiplayer Roblox game in which players either play as a survivor, hero, or slasher. It can be described as a cross between Dead by Daylight and the Friday the 13th game. Every player except 2 will spawn as a survivor. The goal of the survivors will be to complete objectives on a map and evade the slasher. Survivors can use abilities and equipment to aid in their own survival or those of the teammates. And at number 1, it's a game called Identity Fraud. Identity Fraud is a horror game created by Team Motherboard on January the 1st, 2016. The game is based around escaping mazes and reaching the final boss. There are also monsters which will seek out and kill you, and you have to avoid them. Fraud is a monster that roams the mazes of Identity Fraud. It is the only monster, excluding Alice, that does not attack on sight. Rather, it fools the player into thinking it is another player, then waves at them before running at them to attack. If Fraud touches the player in its chase sequence, it proceeds to kill the player and take their appearance. It will also attack any players that witness the murder. Fraud will not attack or wave at you if it's behind you, but he may switch targets if you're in a group. Thank you so much for watching everyone. Have you played any of these? Let us know in the comments section. Until next time.